Welcome to Intertravel, a budget-friendly travel planner where you are met with the top 5 locations for travel: London, Mumbai, Paris, Hong Kong, and New York. We are then met with city descriptions along with a chat room for discussion, along with features for activity planners with chat room, city finder, and mapping features for all 5 cities. The chat room is able to receive messages and when reloading saves it confident for reference and has AI Gemini integration.
Our Figma design consists of the workflow for the UI design. The theme is meant to be minimalistic, as shown with the following pages. Each feature has an individual style for its page. We also use the CPT requirements as shown.
We use multiple issues organized in various progress sections. Each issue is moved between sections in correlation to its completion. The screenshots show the progress of each component. Our team issue gives an overview of our project with the specific layout of features and how the users may interact. Mr. Mort gave us feedback saying that we should have smaller user stories for each individual task, and we took that into consideration, using agile methodology to work together as a team to iteratively fix our plan and readdress new requirements after every review and improve functionality, reviewing each other's code after each iteration.
Hello, my name is Aditya and I'm responsible for the packing portal section, which helps users select packing items for destination, filter them, and add them to a personal packing checklist, which is stored in local storage. I also added a personal API, which helps show our data on the About Me page. On my personal repository, I added an issue with screenshots to show our progress that we've made. And on the Kanban, I added all of my user stories. Our next steps are to implement an API that shows filterable items for each city.
Hello, I'm Adi. My part of this project is called Lodging Listings, and it's made to help users select places to stay when they travel abroad. Users are able to select filters to narrow down their search, such as price, rating, food restrictions, and how close the place is near a certain attraction. Currently, we need to implement an API to show actual places to stay, so these images are just placeholders. I've also implemented this API that allows the user to get data of a city by inputting the city's name. This will prove of great use later on, as we plan to implement it to our chatbot to help users easily find information about places they want to stay. This is my personal issue, where I track all of my progress that I've made through Sprint 4.
Design of wanting to create a chatbot that will answer people who are trying to travel and their questions. I implemented this on my Paris activity planner page with different attractions using this Gemini send to Gemini API function, which sends a request based off their question. And I created an issue to track my progress. And my next step after I finish this would be to create a rating API that averages people's ratings for a particular attraction that will display on the website. Clicking the Eiffel Tower, you can process a request by sending, for example, "Hi, it's Paris, a fun place to explore," and Gemini will respond to your request with this. And I've completed this with backend integration, because you can see this comment has showed up in the backend database.
Hey, I'm Rohan, and my portion of the project includes Fair Fares, where users are able to view transportation costs and methods in a user-friendly UI. The personal API is currently static as shown. To look at different perspectives on the website, user stories are made and are all updated on the Kanban board. I also contributed to Gemini integration, for example, with making the prompt that would be used as reference, as well as working towards front-end and back-end integration for our chat room.
I'm Arho and I worked on the Wellness Waypoint section. This idea helps users stay safe and stress-free on their trip. As you can see over here, the map uses the resources that the users put as their need, and comes from a website where the map is shown, and the latitude and longitude play a big part on where the locations are. The Kanban board is right here showing the progress. My issue is right here as it explains my ideas in the perspective of a user, and here are my commits.
Hi, I'm Derek, and my part of the project was called Budget Brilliance, which allows users to manage their travel budget effectively through an easy interface by inputting their travel budget and receiving user post reviews on value to price choices for activities, food, transportation, and hotels based on their budget. They can then add these items to their travel planner, which will all be formatted neatly in the budget table shown here. We are currently in the process of implementing an API to combine user choices from all sections of our website and store them in a single database. In addition to this, I also worked on the static About Us API, which fetches team member data from multiple endpoints in the backend, JSONifies it, then displays it as individual cards on the front end.
Edwin worked on the Cuisine Chronicles section of our website. This section will allow users to search for authentic restaurants in the city they're visiting. The user will have the option to select filters based on food preferences, and each restaurant will contain a brief drop-down menu of their options. An API to collect restaurant locations in an area will be implemented in the future. Over here is his issue where he explains what a user visiting his webpage would expect and want. He also helped with backend to frontend integration, tying our users' text input in the chat box section to a database file in the backend.